Okay, so we're here with Anna Frost, International Trail Running Extraordinaire, Salomon sponsored athlete. Thank you very much for joining us here at beautiful Anglesey, on the Surf Coast.
Yeah,
so,
thank you for having me. It's
excellent.
Beautiful here.
Yeah. What brings you to Australia, Anna? I mean, you're from New Zealand, which is nearly our seventh state anyway. But why are you here?
Well, firstly we were here for the New Zealand Australia Sky Running Series, which is new to Down Under, which is fantastic. Up at Buffalo for the weekend, and then really to come down and have a look at the trails on the coast, to see what's down here, because I don't come here enough, and what I've seen so far is some awesome trails. You travel the world, day in, day out racing. It's your job really, and so you've got to have a real love for trail running. So what is it about trail running that you really, that gets you up in the morning to go out, hit the trails? I think trail running is so diverse, and it's got so much versatility to it. You can go out and be on a coast and be beside the beach and have that really nice feeling of being on the water's edge, or you can be way up high in the mountains and right up close to the clouds. So it can give you a lot of different opportunities, and you can see a lot of different places. And for me, it's just that sense of freedom, being able to be in your own mind, out on your own, and or with friends, but on the trails, and really getting that energy and giving that energy to the environment.
Okay. So you really basically enjoy being out in the wilderness.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Excellent. So as I said, professional trail runner. What is a standard day? Can you talk us through a standard day in the life of Anna Frost? How much running are you doing, and what do you eat? So just in a snapshot.
I mean, it's really different depending on if I'm traveling, or if I'm racing, or if I'm training, or if I'm in recovery. But generally, I get up, I have breakfast, which is usually peanut butter and banana. That's my favourite. Okay. Just to get really to the nitty gritties.
Yeah.
Or fruits or whatever. I go out running, and it could be anything. It could be 30 minutes on the coast. It could be 4 hours in the mountains. It's really just dependent on where I am and what I have to train in. Then it's lunch, it's recovery. I usually do a bit of cross training in the afternoon, and that could be anything from walking, cycling, yoga, gym work, or just enjoying the environment.
Okay. So although you run, a lot, it's not all exclusively running. You do a bit of cross training, and you give your body a break through exercising through other means, and that sort of still counts as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, I think if you're doing hours on your feet, you're still out there getting that endurance, clocking the miles up, and it just takes the impact out of your body. And I think once you've built up that consistency of your running, it's there, it's in your system, and all you need is to wake up those little motor controls of actually how to run, get one foot in front of the other, and once it's woken up, you're good to go.
Yeah. You might have sort of nearly answered my next question here, but how do you sort of prepare your body and to fight fatigue and injury? Is it through cross training, and is it through sleeping 8 hours a night? Like, what are your sort of top tips, I guess, for handling the racing and the running that you do?
I think definitely recovery physically is important, obviously after a race, but also mentally, to have some time out, to relax, to do something that you really like to do and really enjoy to do on your own or with friends. And it's just taking that rest time out. It's also a really balanced diet is a key. I think if you just go and be very strict on a single sort of diet all the time, you're not getting those nutrients that you need, and that you might then have to take from supplements, and it's just never as good as what you can get from food. So a really good balanced diet, and obviously water and hydration is a really key thing. Yeah. Okay, sure.
We talked earlier on about the fact that Salomon, the Trail Running Series, is about bringing trail running to everybody, not just the elite runners who can run 50 miles, 100 Ks or further, or all night and all day. It's sort of shorter, more approachable distances. Can you relate to that? Are there other series like this around the world? What are your sort of thoughts on the concept we're trying to get across here?
Yeah, I think having a race that's really accessible, especially to a big city like Melbourne. It's just right there, it's really close, but you're not in a city at all once you arrive here, so it's a really nice thing for everybody to enjoy. They can really feel like they're in the wilderness. There's a lot of women obviously in these series, which is fantastic, because it's a nice safe environment for women to come out and join other women in a group and go out and run and have the nutrition, the aid, the help, the support there that they need. And the great thing is that more and more women are coming, and they're realizing that, yeah, I can do this just as well or better than the majority of guys out there. So that's fantastic to see the huge rise of women. And also the other thing is that just because there's a fashion of trail running, which is 50k or 50 miles or 100 miles or even more. It doesn't mean that 5k is not trail running.
That's right.
And it's just each to their own. You know, you can, if you love doing 5k trail races and you're good at it, then why not do 5k trail races?
Just stay at that.
It doesn't mean that you have to go next time and do 100k, next time do 160k. If you're happy doing 5k, do 5k.
That's right.
And that's why these races are really great, that they provide some varying distances for you to challenge yourself.
Have you got other tips for sort of newcomers that you could share? In newcomers to trail running of any distance, you know, is it to run 5 times a week, or is it just to fit it in around your life? What sort of quick tips would you give to someone who's a newcomer?
Definitely consistency is a key. It's better off to go for a couple of 30-minute runs during the week, or one every day if you can, than go out for 6 hours once every 2 weeks.
Good point.
And that's it. That way you just keep the motor control going, and the muscles are active then in what you're doing. Patience is the other thing. You can't just go from running on the road to all of a sudden being a master of the trails. You know, you've got a lot of little muscles in your knees and your ankles and your hips and your core and your back that all need to adjust to that wobbles of the trails. So that takes time as well, and you just have to be patient. But the key is fun. That's why we do it, because we have fun. So go out there, find some friends, meet up with a bunch of girls or guys, and just go out there and just test yourself with them and have a load of fun.
Okay. And my last sort of question for you is, you know, trail running in Australia and certainly internationally is increasing in popularity, and more and more people out, you know, realising the benefits of running in spots like this, and, you know, we can certainly see why. But why do you think trail running is increasing in popularity?
Well, I think just because it's accessible and it's there, and we're realising that, gosh, there's actually a lot of trails out there that we don't know about or we haven't explored yet. And that's great. We're getting out there and doing something as simple as putting on our shoes and just going out at lunchtime or going out in the weekend with our friends.
For a run in the bush. So have you run many of the trails around Anglesey?
I have done a few, but not enough. I need to get out.
We better go and show a few more trails. Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks very much for talking to us, Anna, and let's go hit some trails.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Thank you.